Back on our featured group coverage here from Bethpage Black. We want to welcome those of you watching on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube as we look in on a birdie putt of Rory McIlroy's on the 14th hole.
Gorgeous look here, climbing the hill.
That putt was from 45 feet, having to negotiate a ridge through the middle of that putt, and that's what faces Phil Mickelson, Steve.
Valiant effort, but you're not going to hole many putts like that over the course of a whole entire year. Think about how many putts you hole from that distance, let alone up a ridge. So mistake a little made off the tee, getting it up by that hole location. Now Mickelson, pretty good teach there.
Yeah, he saw the end of that putt kind of swing down to his right. Sends that out to the left, and it doesn't move back. And he still has some 4 feet for his par.
Definitely a little bit of a tester. A little perplexed on that one that ran out so much.
So now what has Jason Day learned from that? Well, he knows he's uphill here. Is that putt going to swing a little to his left or to his right? There's not a lot of break in it. You're thinking it wants to be a little bit of a hook putt. Is that what you're going with?
We watched this putt a little bit earlier, and there's not a ton of break to it. It's just off the right edge. Very comfortable putt for a right-hander from right to left.
Well, you can see that got fast.
It broke, but it didn't break enough at that pace.
Yeah, exactly. 90 miles an hour. It's hard to get anything to move. Now we've got some work here. I think they've decided that Phil Mickelson is going to lead off.
The one positive thing, if you are paying attention as that ball comes past the hole, which you should be, you could get a great idea of the break coming back. But don't look away disgusted after you knock a putt 4 feet by.
Even on, oh, we're getting a good look at the worm cam here. It looks like he doesn't think there's any break in this putt. He's taking this right into the center of the hole. Pulled across a little bit, but he read it right. I love that worm cam look. Now you get an idea of what Jason Day faces, which will be 4 feet 9 inches is what he's got left. Uncharacteristically missed a short putt of less than this earlier in his round. Stick to the routine.
Solid as a rock. Clawed back into this round a little bit in the last 4 holes. Love to get this thing under par. Nothing like a red number on day 1 of a major.
All right. Par 3, and now they go across the road and enter into the cauldron. The final 4 holes here at Bethpage Black. And this 15th hole that they will face is all you want as we go to golf tracks.
This 486-yard par 4 sweeping left up the hill. Not a lot of good targets to aim at. As a player off this tee, you've got to pick a small target on the tops of one of those trees in the distance. Fairway is a must here, only 23 yards wide. And the second shot plays uphill, 1.5 clubs to this green situated on the plateau. And the hole is located on the back left portion of the green. The players would love to keep the ball below this hole. This is the steepest green on the golf course here. You give yourself a good look at birdie, you're doing pretty well on number 15.
Well, not a lot of excitement out of our featured group early in this, but then on the 9th hole, it started. Phil Mickelson, this birdie opportunity, and he would take advantage after a great tee shot. And then he headed over to the 11th hole, and this also after a brilliant tee shot. Back left hole location, Steve, and he took dead aim.
Love that hold off follow through, keeps the face open with a little spin there, and looky here.
Just 2 feet 8 inches right here, settles in, and a wonderful stroke. For his second birdie in 3 holes, and then over to the very challenging 12th hole, playing 502 yards, a beautiful tee shot. Had this putt, judged that speed perfectly, Steve, and all of a sudden Phil Mickelson goes from 2 over par to 1 under on his round, which is where he stands now as we head over to the 15th hole.
Yeah, he definitely stole one over there on 12. A lot of par 4.5s on this golf course. What I mean by that, if you don't get this ball in the fairway, we saw a lot of layups actually earlier in the day with this thick rough, but this man's got a cannon off the tee.
All right, not terrible. Could have been much worse had it been in the long stuff. But a very aggressive line there.
He gave that the full treatment. Whenever you're hitting one hard, usually you get that right side involved a little more than you normally do, and turns that club face over. But that ball had some heat on it, and was definitely fortunate to catch that first cut.
Hardest hole on the golf course today, Jason Day now. He'll be starting this just off the left edge of that tent in the distance. Uh-oh. There's nothing good over there.
Gallery is running after it, trying to find it.
Yeah, on a normal Thursday, that ball might not ever be found, but because of all the people out there, they'll find that without a problem. Now, Phil Steve has hit a number of really good little right to left shots off the tee lately, and that's exactly what this hole calls for.
Should fit that shot shape perfectly. Does not fall to the left, but
it does sit down. Yeah,
he wishes that it did. That will be punishing.
So nobody in the fairway here. Rory McIlroy, the best of all of them. We'll come back and see what faces both Mickelson and Day in our featured group coverage.